What's up, guys? This is Zack Hample with you, and the road trip continues. Yesterday, I was at a baseball game in Cleveland. Today, I'm inside PNC Park here in Pittsburgh, and batting practice is happening. I got here 3 minutes today before the gates open, and they do open pretty early, 2.5 hours before game time. So I'm hoping that both teams take full BP. The Arizona Diamondbacks are here. There should be lots of action before the game, and I've never caught a home run during a game here. So maybe today is the day. That's always the goal, and beyond that, it always seems like something wacky and interesting happens. So we'll see. Here we go. That baseball that I just got, it was a ground rule double by a lefty on the Pirates. I'll ask my buddy Eric if he knows who it was. That makes it 1,499 consecutive games for me with at least one baseball. So no shutout today. My next game, hopefully I'll find a way to get at least one, because 1,500 straight games. All right, so I found out who hit that ground rule double that I got. That was Corey Dickerson. Always nice to know the source of the baseballs that end up in my collection. Now, there's been an interesting subplot here today. The Pirates bullpen catcher, Jordan Comedina, is very anti-ball hawking. Some players are cool with it, some players don't really care, and you get the occasional guy who, quite frankly, is a hater. Now, the regulars here have told me about this guy for years, how he basically prevents them from getting baseballs. He'll tell the pitchers not to throw any balls up, they patrol the warning track, and grab any baseball that rolls onto the dirt to prevent fans here from using their devices. Now, Jordan Comedina has recognized me as well, and he's given me a hard time too. Today, he was looking at me, he was talking to the players, they were all looking back, and I kind of had a feeling he's telling these guys not to hook it up. So it felt extra good to get a couple of baseballs just like 50 feet behind them. Now, I caught a home run today that was hit by Pablo Reyes. Had to make a pretty good catch on that, climbed up on a bench, the sun was in my face, and I reached way up and caught it. So you can see that baseball right here. I'll probably find a kid to give this to in a little bit. So 2 baseballs, the music just ended. Let's just calm down, take it down a couple notches. I'm up here, we gotta bring it down to here. So the Diamondbacks are just starting to take a little infield practice. They're playing catch. They should be out hitting in just a bit. Jordan! Hey, do you need a baseball? I have an extra one, Jordan. That's 4 baseballs so far today. It's crazy here. Yo, it's mayhem out here, and you have to be ready with your devices because, as you can see, there are like 4 or 5 guys that all have those telescoping poles. I still can't believe that security allows that. So that's why I bring the cup trick here, not the glove trick, because the glove trick is effective, but you need 30 seconds to set it up. This thing is just ready to go, boom, and I'm not even keeping it in my backpack. Gotta love this, I think, 6-foot outfield wall. It's great for interactions with the players when they're not being rude. Ground rule doubles, of course. And devices. Although I'll tell you something about the devices after BP. Interesting development.
Just I have to enforce that about here. So.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm from New York, and I get here like once or twice a year, and I've always just seen fans with free reign, with these telescoping poles, but no more.
Nope, not anymore.
Interesting. Well, as I predicted, there was indeed a ton of action today during batting practice, and left field was the place to be. Now, even though there's only about 6 rows of bleacher benches in left field, and it does get kind of clustered up in BP, there are always lots of opportunities here. You can play deep behind the bleachers where there's some room to run. You can play up at the wall and get toss-ups, get ground rule doubles, and early on, of course, you saw a bunch of fans, including me, using devices to pick up baseballs off the warning track. So I ended up with 8 baseballs during BP. That's a pretty good total. There was one in there that I don't think we got a shot of. I was standing on a bleacher bench. One of the Arizona players tossed it to me. And a couple other interesting things that I should mention. There was a police officer down on the field late in BP who actually stopped me and some other fans from using devices. Pittsburgh has been one of the friendliest stadiums for allowing that, but today seemed to be the day that they shut it down. And that cop said that it's because of an incident that happened on opening day here where a father was dangling his kid by the ankle over the wall so the kid could pick up a baseball. Now, I guess the cops weren't out here early, so fans could still get away with using devices, but maybe today is the day that this magical run of devices is finally ending here. I don't know. And one more thing about the Pirates bullpen catcher, Jordan Comedina. When I made that catch on a home run early on, climbing up on a bench, he was kind of messing with me earlier, so I then shouted at him and I said, "Hey Jordan, did you see that one? That was pretty slick, right?" And he said, "Yeah, but you nearly trampled those kids over there." And I looked and I saw a father with his 2 little kids, and I wasn't even close to them. So I went to that father and I basically said, "Was I even close to you on that one?" And he was like, "No." And my friends here, the regulars, said, "You weren't even 5 feet from that guy." So I just want to say that I'm used to lots of trolls on Twitter hurling false accusations my way about how I'm aggressive and I knock people down. Guys, I've been to over 1,600 Major League games. I have never knocked down anybody, young or old. I'm extremely careful. Again, I'm used to that from Twitter, but to have sort of that kind of negativity coming from someone on a field in a Major League Baseball uniform, I give a thumbs down to that. So for right now, we have a lot of time before the game. The grounds crew is just doing their thing. It's been a long time since I've been up to the upper deck in this stadium, and the views there are spectacular. You can see the Allegheny River, you can see the bridges, so let's get up there and check it out. If you haven't yet visited PNC Park, you have to make it here. And if you make it to PNC Park, you have to head up to the upper deck. Never mind the cool Pirates logos on the side of the seats or the World Series champions displayed proudly at the bottom of the press box. It's the views from up here that really set it apart from other stadiums. Now in San Francisco, you can see McCovey Cove and the water from the upper deck. But here, I think you can see it even better because of those yellow bridges out there. Of course, the Roberto Clemente Bridge is the most famous one of all. This is one of the crown jewels of Major League Baseball. There's truly not one person who has ever said a negative thing about PNC Park and how it looks and just how it feels. This is just spectacular. And I'm glad that I could take a few minutes before the game just to come up here and check it out for myself. Because like I said, it's been a while. So right now I got rosters for both teams printed up here. And I'm looking at the starting lineups in this box score. And I'm just basically counting all the righties and lefties and deciding not only where I want to start the game, but, you know, just how often and if I want to run back and forth from left field to right field. So the first 3 batters, Jared Dyson for Arizona, Eduardo Escobar, and where is he? David Peralta. They all bat lefty or switch hitters, so, and there's a righty pitcher for the Pirates, Joe Musgrove. So first 3 guys are definitely not hitting one to left field, so might just camp out here for the first few minutes, get my workout in by going back and forth all night, if Ian, my videographer, is willing to participate. So here we go. The Pirates are just taking the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your Pittsburgh.
Bottom of the first inning, no score. Josh Bell is at bat. Lefty with tremendous power. And there is nobody out here right now. Now, to hit a ball to this spot, it's a poke. It's quite a blast. But if he connects, or if anybody connects, I mean, there's nobody here. So a lot of the time when I'm trying to catch baseballs, I feel like it's me against the universe. It's me against physics. It's like I want to pick the spot, I want to judge it right, and if I do that, then I deserve the ball. But lately I've been in a lot of crowded games So in addition to picking the right spot and judging it right, I'm also battling other guys with gloves. But right now, it is all me. So I love my chances. Just, you know, when I'm in situations like this, I'm just kind of like, can somebody please hit the ball to me? Of course they walked him, but I hope I don't see any more competition tonight. I always say that the competition makes it fun, but sometimes, of course, I just don't want to deal with anybody. So this game is speeding right along, which is something that I never really want to see happen because that means that the pitchers are doing well and I want home runs. Now there has been one long ball, Eduardo Escobar, batting lefty, but not to this spot. He launched it right down the line into that elevated section, which, as I've mentioned before, is above a right field wall that's 21 feet high, 21 being in honor of Roberto Clemente, who wore that uniform number. So I'll just keep standing here waiting, and right now I'm looking at the scoreboard over Ian's shoulder. Pirates are winning 2-1, top of the 5th inning. Devastating moment right there. Pirates reliever Nick Birdie just delivered a pitch and then immediately crumpled in pain on the mound, clutching his elbow. Now, he had Tommy John surgery already. This was a big comeback for him, and to see something like that could be a career-ending injury. My heart is heavy for that guy. You know, as a baseball fan, I can really appreciate the struggles and the triumphs that all these players go through, and I just don't ever want to see something like that. Tough night for Pirates fans in general. They were winning 4-1 at one point, and then the D-backs put up a 7 spot in the 7th inning. So the Diamondbacks are ahead now 9-4. So many fans have left, it's gotten pretty cold. So just a really tough night to be at the ballpark for people in Pittsburgh here.
Joe got his coat.
26 total hits tonight in Pittsburgh for these two teams, and the Diamondbacks won it by the score of 12-4. After scoring 7 runs in the 7th inning, they literally added insult to injury. They tacked on 4 more in the 8th. So this game pretty much had it all. The highs, the lows, the devastating injury to the Pirates reliever Nick Birdie, and then in the 9th inning, a Pirates position player, J.B. Shuck, normally an outfielder, came in to pitch and actually hit 90 on the radar gun. Now the fans, the few who are still left in the building at that point, really seemed to enjoy it. There was one fan out in left field when I ran over who was actually singing, J.B. Shuck, 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 J.B. Shuck, 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 and the fans out there were cracking up. So that's the thing about baseball. You just gotta wipe the slate clean, come back tomorrow, it's a fresh day. The Pirates are really off to a great start this year. And as for me, I got 8 baseballs in batting practice, really solid total, including all the balls that I gave away. That brings my lifetime number to 10,725. Ball 11,000, I think that's coming this year in a few months. And other than that, we are heading to Cincinnati for a game tomorrow. We're gonna drive like 2.5 hours. It's crazy, man. Pretty much every day is a different city, a different stadium. So thank you for watching this one. Stay tuned for the next video. So much more action coming your way here on YouTube. Thanks, guys.